Mexico isn't just postcard cliches, it breaks the map. It's a country where volcanoes cradle crystal blue lakes, deserts that look alien, mountains with ancient temples on top, and even a crater that ended the dinosaurs. Here are 25 insane Mexico geography facts that seem fake but are 100% real. Let's dive in. Part 25. The dinosaur killer you can stand on. 66 million years ago, a 10 to 15 kilometer wide asteroid slammed into what's now Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, carving the Chicxulub crater. A buried impact zone so massive it stretches about 180 to 200 kilometers across. Scientists say the blast unleashed planet-scale energy equal to billions of Hiroshima bombs, igniting wildfires, driving mega tsunamis, and throwing so much dust into the atmosphere that it blocked the sun, ending the dinosaur era. You can't see this crater today, but you can trace the impact's outline via the Yucatan's ring of cenotes, a near-perfect arc marking the crater's buried rim, like a scar never fully healed. So yeah, the dinosaur's final chapter is literally written in Mexico's ground. Part 24. Copper Canyon, the Mega Canyon System. Think the Grand Canyon is unmatched? Mexico's Copper Canyon, or Barrancas del Cobre, actually outdoes it in both depth and width. Located in the state of Chihuahua, this canyon system isn't just one canyon. It's made up of 6 distinct canyons carved by rivers over millions of years. While the Grand Canyon averages between 1,830 and 1,857 meters deep, parts of Copper Canyon plunge down more than 1,870 meters. And in terms of size, it spreads larger by area too, spanning about 25,000 square miles, over 10 times larger than the Grand Canyon. But it's not just about numbers. Copper Canyon is home to the legendary Raramuri or Tarahumara people, legendary ultra-long-distance runners through the rugged terrain, sometimes over 100 miles without stopping. And just when you think Mexico's geography can't get more mind-blowing, wait until you hear what's hiding underwater. Part 23. The world's longest underwater cave. What hides under the jungles of Quintana Roo? The answer is Oshbelha, the longest explored underwater cave system on Earth. As of February 2025, explorers have mapped an incredible 524 kilometers or 325.7 miles of submerged passages, a vast underground labyrinth beneath the Yucatan. What makes Oshbelha even more fascinating is its connection to over 160 cenotes, natural sinkholes that open like mysterious doors into this watery world. Divers describe crystal-clear tunnels, past ancient formations, fossils, and cultural remains. Beyond its breathtaking beauty, Oshbelha is also a critical part of the coastal karst aquifer. It acts as a giant freshwater reservoir, sustaining the ecosystems and communities across the peninsula. And if Mexico hides an ocean of tunnels below, it also opens a single perfect drop. Part 22. The cave that's almost Empire State deep. In San Luis Potosí, a sinkhole called Sótano de las Golondrinas, or the Cave of Swallows, drops in a single vertical drop of 376 meters, nearly the height of the Empire State Building to its roof. It's among the largest known vertical cave shafts on Earth, and the system reaches about 515 meters to its lowest crevices. Base jumpers and cavers flock here for the thrill, diving into the darkness and free-falling into a space so vast that birds spiral inside like a living vortex. The opening is modest compared to the yawning void beneath, almost like a trapdoor into another world. And while Mexico's caves can make your jaw drop, its mountains will make you look up in awe. Part 21. North America's tallest volcano. Most people think of Mount Denali or Mount Rainier when talking about North America's giants, but the continent's tallest volcano actually sits in Mexico, rising to a staggering 5,636 meters or 8,491 feet. Pico de Orizaba, or Star Mountain, is not only the highest peak in Mexico, but also the third tallest mountain in North America. It's a snow-capped stratovolcano that dominates the skyline between Puebla and Veracruz, and on a clear day, its peak can even be seen from the Gulf of Mexico. Despite its scale, many outside of Mexico have barely heard of it. Ancient civilizations regarded it with reverence, and today climbers from around the world test themselves on its icy slopes. And yeah, it's still an active volcano, with its last major eruption in the 19th century. From North America's tallest volcano to a blue, bottomless eye on the Earth, we're dropping from the summit straight into Zacaton. Part 20. The bottomless sinkhole with floating islands. In the remote state of Tamaulipas lies a natural wonder that feels almost unreal, the Zacaton sinkhole. This vertical, water-filled cavern plunges an incredible 339 meters deep, making it the deepest known water-filled natural sinkhole on Earth. Early dives never found the bottom, but later sonar mapping and a NASA robot was able to create 3D maps and sampling microbes. Zacaton isn't just about its depth, it's also famous for its mysterious free-floating zacate grass islands. These circular mats of grass drift across the water's surface, carried by the wind, giving the sinkhole an eerie, living skin. And if this sinkhole feels like gravity turned inside out, Mexico's map does a trick of its own. An entire peninsula once broke away from the mainland. Part 19. The peninsula that broke away from the mainland. Stretching nearly 1,250 kilometers along Mexico's northwest coast, Baja California looks like it shouldn't even exist. This long, thin peninsula was once firmly attached to mainland Mexico, but about 12 million years ago, tectonic forces pulled it apart. The same fault system that created California's San Andreas Fault slowly tore open the Gulf of California, leaving Baja drifting westward on the Pacific Plate. In fact, it's still on the move today, creeping away from the mainland at about 4 to 6 centimeters a year. That tectonic split sculpted Baja's rugged landscapes, dramatic sea cliffs, and helped create one of the planet's richest marine life, the Gulf of California, or Sea of Cortez, earning the nickname the Aquarium of the World. If Baja feels otherworldly, just wait until you see the Martian-looking desert. Part 18. Alien desert of giant craters and towering dunes. What if a desert looked more like another planet? Welcome to El Pinacate y Gran Desierto de Altar, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Sonora, home to over 400 cinder cones. Some of them so huge and perfectly round, they look like giant footprints from space. It's so otherworldly that Apollo-era astronauts actually trained here before heading to the moon. But that's not all. The Gran Desierto de Altar also has towering sand dunes that can reach up to 200 meters high, making them the largest active dune field and among the tallest in North America. Just picture climbing a dune taller than a skyscraper, surrounded by black lava flows and vast craters. From dunes that trained moonwalkers to an island that gathers giants. Part 17. Prime great white shark hotspot of the Pacific. Far off Baja California, Isla Guadalupe is a volcanic island that's earned a reputation as the great white shark hotspot of the Pacific. Each fall, these apex predators migrate to the island's waters, drawn by its abundant population of seals and sea lions. For divers, it was one of the ultimate adrenaline rushes, descending into steel cages, but it was permanently closed in 2023 to curb harmful practices. Despite its fearsome reputation, Isla Guadalupe is also a biosphere reserve and a wildlife refuge. Its isolation has allowed unique plants and animals to thrive, making it an ecological gem as well. And while the ocean roars with predators, Mexico's interiors hide natural monuments of staggering beauty. Part 16. The Giant Stone Arch. What if someone told you the world's tallest natural stone arch isn't in Utah or China, but hidden deep in the jungles of Chiapas? Hidden in the Rio La Venta Canyon, Arco del Tiempo, or the Arch of Time, is a staggering natural wonder carved over millions of years. This limestone arch rises about 180 meters high and stretches about 250 meters across. Kayakers describe paddling beneath as feeling like entering a cathedral of rock. The arch's sheer size makes people look like ants, and the surrounding canyon walls echo with the sounds of rushing water and jungle life. Part 15. Where ancient coral reefs became mountains. Millions of years ago, much of northeastern Mexico's land was submerged under a warm, shallow sea teeming with coral reefs. Today, those reefs, known as the El Abra Formation, were later uplifted and folded into Sierra Madre Oriental, building La Sierra de El Abra in San Luis Potosí. Geologists can still spot marine fossils embedded in the rocks, proof that this rugged landscape was once an ocean floor. Hikers now trek across what used to be living coral colonies. Over time, tectonic forces lifted and folded these reefs, leaving behind dramatic cliffs, caverns, and sinkholes that tell the story of Earth's shifting face. From mountains born of an ancient sea to towers that look dropped from the sky. Part 14. The Great Pyramid of Cholula. It looks like a grassy hill with a church on top, but beneath sits Tlachihualtepetl, or the Great Pyramid of Cholula, located in central Mexico, the largest pyramid in the world by volume, almost twice the size of Egypt's Great Pyramid of Giza. The base is huge, about 450 by 450 meters, built in stacked stages beginning around the 3rd to 2nd century BCE by cultures including the Olmecs and Toltecs, which became a massive religious center dedicated to Quetzalcoatl. At its peak, Cholula was home to about 100,000 people. Today, the church built by the Spanish atop symbolizes conquest, blending ancient traditions with colonial history. Up next, Mexico's volcanic columns remind us of mountains built by fire itself. Part 13. Mexico's tallest volcanic columns. Are volcanic rocks supposed to look this perfect? At Prismas Basálticos in Hidalgo, they absolutely do. Here, towering hexagonal columns of cooled lava rise as high as 30 to 50 meters, forming one of the most spectacular examples of basalt formations in the world. From a distance, they look like an enormous wall of organ pipes carved by some ancient architect, but in reality, they were shaped purely by nature as lava cooled and cracked millions of years ago. A river flows gracefully over the cliffs, creating waterfalls that spill down the volcanic columns, making the scene even more surreal. Writers and travelers for centuries have compared it to a natural cathedral, a masterpiece sculpted without human hands. And if these stone organ pipes show off nature's precision, this country also has a lagoon shaped like a crescent moon. Part 12. Magical crescent-shaped hot spring lagoon. La Media Luna in Rio Verde, San Luis Potosí is a magical hot spring lagoon. Its unique crescent shape is formed by the natural flow of mineral-rich spring water, which maintains a constant temperature of around 27 to 30 degrees Celsius or 80 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. Divers flock here to explore its depths, discovering underwater caves, caverns, and a rich variety of freshwater fish. The clarity of the water is astonishing. Visibility reaches up to tens of meters, making it feel like swimming through glass-clear water. La Media Luna isn't just beautiful, it's an oasis ecosystem, supporting both flora and fauna that thrive in these warm, oxygen-rich waters. Part 11. La Bufadora, Baja's ocean blowhole. Have you ever seen the ocean explode into the sky? At La Bufadora, near Ensenada, massive marine geysers shoot seawater up to 30 meters high, creating thunderous sounds that can be heard from far away. The phenomenon occurs when ocean waves force water and air into an underwater cave, then blast it through a narrow opening in the rock like nature's own pressure cooker. Crowds gather here to capture the spectacle, and the surrounding cliffs provide perfect viewing decks. La Bufadora isn't just impressive for its height. It's one of the world's largest sea blowholes. And if ocean geysers are awe-inspiring, Mexico's interior still whispers with heat. Part 10. The Rise of Mexico City. 5 centuries ago, Tenochtitlan was among the 5 largest cities on Earth, a thriving capital of the Aztec Empire. Today, its descendant, Mexico City, has grown into a mega metropolis of more than 22 million people, the largest urban population in North America. And what makes it even more impressive is the wider mega region of 33.4 million people, proof that the Valley of Mexico has been a magnet for human settlement for centuries. From the canals and temples of Tenochtitlan to the sprawling neighborhoods, business centers, and cultural hubs. But beyond the concrete sprawl of the capital, the country also treasures vast natural reservoirs. Part 9. Lake Chapala, Mexico's largest lake. Stretching over 1,100 to 1,120 square kilometers, Lake Chapala holds the title of Mexico's largest lake. Fed mainly by the Rio Lerma, it serves as a vital freshwater reservoir for the surrounding states of Jalisco and Michoacán. Its calm waters support fishing communities, migratory birds, and unique aquatic ecosystems, making it both an economic and ecological treasure. The lake shores are dotted with picturesque towns like Chapala and Ajijic, where locals and visitors alike enjoy sunsets over the expansive water. And while Lake Chapala quietly nourishes the land, one river draws the border. Part 8. A river that's also Mexico's border. Flowing for nearly 3,050 kilometers, the Rio Grande, known in Mexico as the Rio Bravo, does more than just carry water. For roughly 2,000 kilometers or 1,240 miles, it's the border between the US and Mexico, shaping landscapes, ecosystems, and communities along its winding path. From arid deserts to fertile valleys, the river sustains agriculture, wildlife, and cities on both sides, making it one of the most important waterways in North America. A river marks a line between countries, and now a canal leads to a place between worlds. Part 7. The Island of the Dolls. In the canals of Xochimilco, south of Mexico City, sits Isla de las Muñecas, the Island of the Dolls, a place that looks straight out of a nightmare. In the 1950s, a caretaker named Don Julian Santana Barrera found a doll in the canal and began hanging it on a tree. According to local legend, this followed the discovery of a drowned girl nearby. Now, whether or not that story is true, Don Julian spent decades collecting discarded dolls and stringing them across trees and structures, believing they warded spirits and offered protection. Today, hundreds of decayed dolls hang everywhere. Their blank eyes and broken limbs create an eerie spectacle. After Barrera's own drowning in 2001, the island became a dark tourist attraction, infamous for chilling tales of dolls whispering and moving on their own. After a chill in the canals, lift your eyes to the sky, where shadows vanish. Part 6. Tropic of Cancer. In northern Mexico, the Tropic of Cancer slices across deserts, mountains, and plains, marking the point where the sun reaches the zenith once a year. On these days, known as zenith days, objects cast almost no shadow, creating a surreal optical illusion that amazes locals and travelers alike. This invisible line isn't just a quirk of astronomy. It shapes Mexico's climate, vegetation, and ecosystems across the regions it crosses. Areas north of the tropic experience more subtropical or temperate conditions, while lands to the south face tropical heat, making Mexico a country of striking environmental contrasts. From the sun's path to the spine of a country. Part 5. A mountain nation hiding in plain sight. The country is ringed by mountains. The Sierra Madre Occidental to the west, the Sierra Madre Oriental to the east, and the Sierra Madre del Sur to the south, while the Trans-Mexican Volcanic Belt slices across the center with snow-capped giants. Mexico City itself sits on a high plateau ringed by volcanoes, while countless towns are tucked into valleys and slopes. The dramatic geography also makes transport and travel a challenge, with winding roads and railways climbing over breathtaking terrain. So next time someone pictures only beaches and deserts, remind them, Mexico's heart beats in the mountains, towering, sprawling, and shaping nearly every corner of the country. And among these mountains, one rock stands out above the rest, an immense monolith so striking it became legend. Part 4. One of the world's tallest monoliths. Stand at the base of Peña de Bernal in Querétaro and you're looking up 350 to 430 meters of near vertical rock that seems dropped onto the plain, one of the world's tallest monoliths. This massive volcanic rock formation rises abruptly from the surrounding plains, its sheer walls and jagged peaks dominating the horizon. Formed millions of years ago during volcanic activity, Peña de Bernal is a magnet for hikers, climbers, and geology enthusiasts alike, offering breathtaking panoramic views from its summit. Locals consider it sacred, and it's steeped in legends of ancient rituals and spiritual gatherings. From a single stone giant to a peak crowned by a temple. Part 3. The Snake of Light at Chichen Itza. At Chichen Itza, the pyramid of Kukulkan turned its temples into cosmic calendars. During the spring and autumn equinoxes, the setting sun cast shadows along the pyramid staircase, creating the illusion of a massive snake slithering down the steps. This isn't just a trick of the light. It's a masterpiece of Mayan astronomy and architecture, designed to honor Kukulkan, the feathered serpent god. The precision is mind-blowing. The pyramid has 365 steps, one for each day of the solar year. For the Maya, this wasn't just spectacle, it was sacred, a way to connect the heavens, earth, and underworld. Up next, we now turn to the ancient rocks beneath Mexico that reveal an even deeper story. Part 2. How Mexico was stitched together. So, what if the ground beneath your feet were a quilt of ancient worlds? Over hundreds of millions of years, through a process called terrain accretion, fragments of ancient crust, some from far-off oceans and others from volcanic arcs, collided and fused onto the North American plate, creating Mexico's incredibly diverse rock landscapes. From jagged volcanic ranges to sprawling sedimentary plains, this geological quilt explains why Mexico has everything from towering mountains to fertile valleys and rugged coastlines. These collisions also triggered earthquakes, volcanic activity, and the formation of mineral-rich zones that supported ancient civilizations and modern mining. If terrains built the stage, volcanoes wrote the finale, like the snowy slopes and hidden crater lakes of Nevado de Toluca. Part 1. The Snowy Volcano with Hidden Lakes. Just west of Mexico City, the Valley of Toluca at Nevado de Toluca lifts about 4,680 meters and is one of Mexico's most breathtaking volcanic landscapes. Unlike most volcanoes in the region, its summit is capped with snow for much of the year, creating a stark contrast with the surrounding green valleys. But what truly sets it apart are the hidden two high-altitude crater lakes, Laguna del Sol and Laguna de la Luna. These lakes sit at over 4,200 meters above sea level, making them some of the highest crater lakes in Mexico. Historically, Nevado de Toluca held spiritual significance for pre-Hispanic civilizations, who considered it sacred and performed rituals near its lakes. And that's our ride across Mexico's wild map. From soaring volcanoes and hidden lakes to fossil reefs, diverse rock formations, and geological wonders. If this blew your mind, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like more updates, subscribe to our channel. And don't stop there. Our next video dives even deeper into the unbelievable. Click here to watch it now. You won't believe what's coming next. See you there.